This Toronto Raptor team can defend. They're a good defensive club. Got a great backcourt. What would the keys be here to slow down this ball club today?
Well, a few things. First of all, it'd be good if we can win the rebounding matchup against them, which we haven't in the past. And also, Kyle Lowry has really hurt us in the past. So his penetration, he's had different quarters where he's able to extend the lead from him, whether it's the first time, the first quarter, this last time we played in the third quarter. So his ability to make threes and his penetration. So a few keys for tonight.
Is it important to not let him get going, not let him get those couple of baskets in a row? How do you limit him when he gets started?
Well, hopefully we're a little bit more aggressive in pick-and-roll coverage tonight, so hopefully that gives us a little bit of a start as far as containing him. We'll put different bodies on him and see how we respond.
One of the guys that'll help you on the glass, Nick Vucevic. The 2 years you've had him, what has been the biggest growth you've seen in his game?
I think overall the biggest part of this game, which is the most challenging, is the mental part of it. You would assume guys, as they get older, as they get stronger, they're going to get better, they're going to get bigger. But the mental part can be a little tougher to advance. And so his ability to fight through situations, you take last game starting off 4 for 14 and to play the way he did throughout the course of the game, huge development.
You have to remind yourself he's 23. He's so talented, and it's easy to take it for granted, I guess, a little bit. But you have to remind yourself how young he is and how early he is in this process.
Well, I think you don't take it for granted, but you continue to push him, and you don't let him get complacent. But he's done a good job of wanting to get better and getting better.
What kind of defensive impact has Maurice Harkless made when he's out on the floor?
Well, I think overall his length is good for us. When he's in tune to being aggressive on both ends, I think it helps him get out in the passing lane, whether it's getting a block shot or getting deflection. Those are the things that he can do every game.
When you talk about Maurice, sometimes he'll take 10, 11 shots a game. Sometimes he'll take 4 or 5. How do you keep him involved and keep him confident? When he doesn't necessarily know what kind of offense he's going to have.
I don't think anyone knows what kind of offense they're going to have. There is no. I don't call a play for a guy 5 times in a row. Doesn't happen in our offense. We're just not there yet. And so you take Aaron's situation. I don't know how many shots he had last game, but he played unselfishly, and the ball ended up finding him. That's the way we're going to play right now.
Is it difficult for a young player like Maurice, who's still maybe developing his outside shot a little bit and working hard behind the scenes, to not know when he's going to be called on to make those shots? Like in the flow of the offense, he'll get the corner three, X amount of times per game, or Y times the next game.
It's difficult if you only dictate your game on shooting shots, but if you approach the game in the overall nature of a lot of the defensive things, as far as playing defense every night and getting out and running and doing unselfish things for your team. I think you practice those shots. When they come to you, you take them and you make them.
Do you feel like Maurice has that approach? He's taken ownership of the defensive end of the floor.
I think all of our guys are going to continue to realize how important it is. You take our last game, there was a deciding factor if we were going to allow a 30-point quarter or a 20-point quarter. We allowed a 16-point quarter, gave ourselves a chance to win. So that's a part of maturing, of understanding consistently what can get you in a position to win every night.
Coach, you said the other day your goal for these last remaining games is to see the team improve. Over these past 2 games, do you feel like there's an area where you've seen them make some improvements?
Yeah, and like I said before, for me it's not about the rebounds and the assists and things of that nature. I look beyond that. It's whether or not Victor can realize a blitz is coming in pick and roll and he can make the right decision, whether Maurice can get out in the passing lane and close out on a guy and run him off the 3-point line, whether it's Nick going 4 for 14 and being able to mentally push himself through a game. So those are the things that collectively, if we continue to do that, those are the habits that they won't leave. They'll be part of us, and that's what you want.
What's the next step for Nick? Where do you want him to be, and what do you ask of him moving forward?
He'll continue to get stronger. I think throughout the course of the game, whether you're playing bigger guys, just the physical part of the game, whether sometimes he's able to get pushed off the spot that he wants. So physically, he'll get stronger, and that makes you more confident, just being able to push a guy back and give some resistance. So I think that's really the next phase for him.
What kind of challenges does Toronto's defense present to you guys? It seems like in the first 2 matchups there was a lot of difficulties as far as offensive consistency goes. I think only Etuan's the only guy who's actually shot well against them. How do you overcome them tonight?
Well, they do a lot of different things. They can play small, and so they have multiple ball handlers with Grievous on the floor, also with Lowry on the floor at the same time. And so they're both abilities to play pick and roll defense. Amir Johnson is a great roller to the rim, so we have to react to him. Ross has made shots against us. DeRozan, averages 20, so his ability to create shots for him. So a lot of problems for us, but I think it'll start with being able to contain their pick and roll defense. Their smalls have played with a little bit of comfort and been able to do both, and either get to the rim and make the pass. So we got to take one of those away tonight.
Chuck, you guys played a lot of minutes the other night. You had an overtime game. You gave them yesterday off and this morning off. Is that stem from your experience as a player that occasionally you need to get your legs back, maybe take some time off?
Well, without a doubt, and that's something that I hope I never lose, is that instinct of being in the locker room and having that feeling and not trying to overcoach and bringing guys in just for the sake of my job title. And so guys needed some rest physically and mentally. And so hopefully the juice is recharged and we'll play well tonight.
Everyone
Good?
All right,
Thanks, Coach.
All right.